Hey guys, Dora here and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. Today I have somewhat a reaction video. I've seen this trend going on the Booktubes and I decided to try it out for myself, and that is reacting to books I want to read in so-and-so year. So because I have multiple ones, I want to go with the less recent one. I feel like having my bookshelf right here and finally getting a tripod to film has been bad for my posture. Oh my goodness, I had such long hair.
But I don't know the words to this song.
Hey guys, Dora here, and today I'll be talking about the books I want to read in 2018. Whether it's book series that were published this year and I just didn't get a chance to read them, or if it's a book published years ago and I'm just getting around to it. Either way, these are the books I want to read in 2018. I miss my long hair. I will say that. The book I have on my list is Lady Midnight by Cassandra Clare. I miss the Shadowhunter world. Nope, I have not read Lady Midnight. I have all of the books in that trilogy. I'm currently on Clockwork Prince. What I'm doing this year is I'm rereading the Shadowhunter world book. Hopefully I'll get to it in 2020. The next book I have on my list is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. So this book, yes, I am happy to say that I have read Six of Crows. Don't understand the hype, but I did enjoy the story overall. I did enjoy it better than Shadow and Bone trilogy. I will be reading Crooked Kingdom. Hopefully it gets better in the second book. Next book I have is Nevernight by J. Kristoff. Yes, another book that I have read. Again, did not understand the hype around it. Becca over at Becca in the Books, Nevernight is one of her favorite series. I think there's a group called the Junkie Book Club or something like that, and they are rereading the Nevernight series in anticipation for Dark Dawn, I believe, the final book. I ended up buying God's Grave, the second book in the trilogy, because I want to give it another chance. The thing I didn't like about Nevernight was the footnotes. I read a comment somewhere in the interwebs that said that I should read it again, but just ignore the footnotes altogether. So I may try it that way and see if I enjoy it more that time around. I love historical fiction, especially when it has to do with World War II or the Holocaust. So naturally, the next book I want to read in 2018 is The Nightingale by Kirsten Hanna. Nope. I have not read The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. I keep putting it on my TBR every month and it just never happens. It's the life of a mood reader. It's really hard to stick to a TBR when I'm such a mood reader. Beginning of December, and I read the first page and I was so intrigued by it. I thought the first page was absolutely gorgeous. It flat out caught my attention right away. I put it down and I never picked it up because I just started reading something else. Oh, I think that is This Savage Song by V.E. Schwab. Still have not read that book. I actually have it on my TBR for the Book Junkie Trial / the Reading Rush. Fingers crossed that I actually read this month because I really want to read it. Like I said in this video, it really did capture my attention right away. It was hard not to buy it when I was reading it at the bookstore. I'm like, oh wow, that's a great opening. So I really hope the rest of the story is just the same as well. This next book was published last year in 2016 and it was very overhyped last year. And if you follow me from the beginning, you know I never read books that are overhyped in that year. I usually wait a year or two before I pick them up. I don't know why I do it. It's just a personal preference. So I usually wait for the hype to die down a bit before I read a book. And the book I'm talking about is Three Dark Crowns by... Nope. Have not read it. I've been hearing mixed reviews on this book. Everyone has said that this book has a very slow beginning and it really takes a while for it to pick up. And coming out of a 5-month reading slump, I don't have the focus. I don't want to jinx it. I don't think I'll pick it up this year. Who knows? Like I said, I'm a mood reader. It could change. And the last book I want to read in 2018 is I Am Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter by Erika L. Sanchez, and I am so excited for it. This is the book I'm most excited to read in 2018. I have made it a personal... Oh, baby Dora was very excited. So I did end up reading I Am Not Your Perfect Mexican Daughter by Erika L. Sanchez. So I have thoughts and I have words on this book. It was actually one of the first books I read. I believe I read it in January of 2018. But the one thing I didn't like about this book is I felt like the author wrote about a stereotype Mexican family. What really made me mad is that she was trying to portray what we've seen in movies and TV shows about what a Mexican family is like, and that's what really bothered me, as well as the fact that the main character basically said that you could really tell how poor a Mexican family was by the number of dollies they have lying around in their house. And I grew up with a whole bunch of dollies everywhere. So that's what bothered me the most about it. So that is the video one. Okay, so books I want to read in 2019. Let's see. First book I have here is The Night Circus by Erin Morgenstern. Nope, I have not read this book at all. Again, The Night Circus is a book I feel like I am not going to read at all this year, so I'm basically taking it off the list. I heard really great things about it. I think a lot of booktubers have it on their favorites list. I did start reading it once and it was just very confusing in the beginning. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know who was who. So I feel like if I do end up reading it, I just really need to be focused. The next book I have is 5 Feet Apart by Rachel Lebenkott. Yes, I have read 5 Feet Apart. I actually read it in March, I want to say, because I wanted to read it before I went to see the movie, which I also have a movie review and a reading vlog while I read this book, which I'll link down in the description box below. I really enjoyed it. I really loved that ending, though I'm really mad at the people who created the movie because the ending was changed and I hate it, and it's just I really wanted to see that. So yeah, I think I gave it about 4 stars in the Goodreads rating. I think it was like an 83% in my own personal scale. I really did enjoy it, just not one of my favorites for the year. Actually on my list for 2018, which I never got around to it, and I'm just laughing because I remember doing that video for all the books I want to finish in 2018 and being excited about it, but I never got to it last year. And the book I'm talking about is The Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. In this book, we follow, I guess, anti-heroes. So look who made an appearance again. So I don't really need to tell you because I already said all I need to say. The next book I want to get to this year is Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Nain. I actually have it on my TBR for the reading rush. Fingers crossed that I actually get to it. I've heard mixed reviews on this book, but I'm really excited to read it because Becca over at Becca in the Books, what I remember from the reading vlog, I think she really did enjoy it. I'm excited for it. I already read a couple pages of it last month, but I decided to start it over this month for the reading rush. From the couple pages that I read, it really did sound interesting. Here we have another book that was on my list for 2018 and I did not get to it, and that is 6 of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. Okay, we're skipping that one because I already read it. And I feel like every booktuber has read this book and has loved it. The book I'm talking about is The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Yes, I have read The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I have mixed feelings about this book. When I was reading this book, something happened in my family. So at the beginning, I did enjoy the book, but the second half, I really didn't enjoy it. I just read it to finish it off. I wasn't really paying attention, but I feel like I may reread it at some point in my life. Right now, I don't feel like picking it up anytime soon. It has that emotional tie to what happened, and I feel like if I pick it up this year again, then it's gonna bring everything back to what happened and how everything went down, and I just can't handle that right now. So the next book I have here is a book that was both on my TBR list already, but I got the push to buy it by one of my co-workers, and that is The Librarian of Auschwitz by Antonio Iturbe. Okay, I did start it a couple of times, and right now I actually let my sister borrow it, and she moved away, so now I'm not sure whether I'll ever see that book again. It is on Scrib, but I'd rather read the physical copy. I don't think I'll end up reading that this year. I already have The Nightingale, and I have other books that are set in World War II. I think I'm gonna leave that for 2020. Not sure when I'll get to this year, and I still haven't decided how I'm gonna finish this series because there's just so many books in this world. And the book I'm talking about is Lady Midnight by I'm not gonna repeat myself. Alright, so it looks like those are all the books. I'm pretty impressed that I managed to read some of them. There are a few that I probably won't read this year, and there's a few that I'm very determined to finish before the year is over. That is all I have for you guys today. Let me know down in the comments below, have you read any of these books? And if so, what are your thoughts? Thank you guys for watching. Please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see more of my face, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!